Good morning, dear children. Let us continue the lesson gravitation. Okay. Last class we have learned about free fall. Okay, free fall and the freely falling body, and also the acceleration due to gravity, and the expression for acceleration due to gravity, and the value of acceleration due to gravity, and also we have learned the motion of objects under the Earth's gravitational force. Listen it. All of you learned everything? Okay. In today's class, we are going to discuss about mass and weight. Isn't it? Mass and weight. Actually, you are familiar with the term mass. Isn't it? In the previous chapter also, we have learned about mass, where we actually studied that mass of an object is a measure of inertia. Isn't it? Mass of an object is a measure of inertia. I think we already learned. Okay, that is greater the mass, greater will be the inertia. Greater the mass, greater will be the inertia. Okay. Also, the mass of an object that remains same whether the object is on Earth or Moon or any other planets or in outer space. The mass remains the same. Isn't it? The mass of an object that remains the same. Okay, so we can say the mass of an object is a constant. The mass of an object is a constant and does not vary from place to place. Okay, the mass of an object is a constant and it does not vary from place to place. Isn't it? You know, then what is actually mass? Mass of an object means what actually? Actually, it is the quantity of matter contained in an object. That is called the mass. Okay, the quantity of matter contained in an object is called actually mass. Isn't it? What is mass? The quantity of matter contained in an object is called its mass. Okay, the quantity of matter contained in an object is called its mass. Okay, then you know what is the unit of mass actually? You know, what is the unit of mass? Actually, it is kilogram. The unit of mass is kilogram. Okay, the unit of mass is actually kilogram. Also, the mass is a scalar quantity. The mass of an object is a scalar quantity. Mass of an object is a scalar quantity because it has only magnitude and no direction. It has only magnitude and no direction. So, mass of an object is the mass is a scalar quantity. Then how we can measure mass of an object? Actually, it is measured by using common balance or beam balance. Okay, mass of an object can be measured by either we can use common balance or beam balance. Mass of an object can be measured by using common balance or beam balance. Isn't it? Actually, that is about mass. What is mass actually? It is the quantity of matter contained in an object, that is called mass. Then the SI unit of mass is kilogram. And here for mass we can have only the magnitude and no direction, so it is considered as a scalar quantity. And mass of an object that remains constant, it does not vary from place to place. And also we can say the mass of an object that is measured by using common balance. Also the mass of an object is a measure of inertia. Okay. The next about weight. Okay, you know that Earth attracts all the objects towards its center with a force. Okay, that force is actually called the gravitational force. Actually, that force mainly depends on the mass and the acceleration due to gravity g. Okay, the gravitational force that depends upon the mass and the acceleration due to gravity g. I think you already know. Okay, here actually the weight of an object means the force with which that object is attracted towards Earth. That is called its weight. Weight of an object means the force with which an object is attracted towards Earth. The force with which an object is attracted towards Earth. That is called its weight. You know, by Newton's second law, F equal to, we know, mass into acceleration ma. F equal to ma. Isn't it? But here the acceleration is not this acceleration, it is the acceleration due to gravity. So we can written as F equal to mg. Okay, actually this is the force with which earth attracts the object towards its center. Actually this force is equal to its weight. So we can write W is equal to mg. Listen to it. This is an expression for weight of an object. W is equal to mg. Okay, what is the equation for weight? W is equal to mg. That is weight of an object that depends on mass and acceleration due to gravity. Listen to it. You know, earth attracts all the objects with a force. That force is actually the gravitational force. That force mainly depends upon the mass and acceleration due to gravity. Here the weight of an object is the force with which that object is attracted towards earth. Okay, the force with which an object is attracted towards earth. Next we can find an expression for weight of an object. For that we are considering the equation by Newton's second law. We know the equation for force as F equal to m into a. But here the acceleration is not a. Instead of that we have to write the acceleration due to gravity g. So we can write F equal to mg. Actually this is the force with which that object is attracted towards earth. Actually by definition of weight, this force is equal to weight. The force with which that object is attracted towards earth. So this force is equal to the weight of an object W. So W is equal to mg. Okay. The weight of an object W is equal to what? mg. Isn't it? Then what is the SI unit of weight? Actually it is the force with which that object is attracted towards earth. So its unit is same as that of force, that is Newton. Okay, the SI unit of weight is actually Newton. The SI unit of weight is Newton. Okay, then is it a scalar or vector? You know, the weight of an object is always acting downward. The weight of an object is always acting downward. So here we have to consider the direction also. So weight is a vector quantity. So weight of an object is a vector quantity. Okay, since weight is always acting downward, so we are considering the direction. It has both magnitude and direction. So weight of an object is a vector quantity. Listen it. Weight of an object is a vector quantity. Next, you know, at a given place, the value of g is constant. Suppose if we are considering a given place, suppose it is poles or equator, we can consider. For a given place, the value of g is actually constant. In that case, actually, the weight of an object is proportional to mass. Okay, for a given place, the acceleration due to gravity is constant. So, W is proportional to what? Mass at a given place. It is due to the reason that the weight of an object is a measure of its mass at a given place. Since at a given place, the value of g is constant. Okay, so the weight of an object is proportional to its mass. The weight of an object is proportional to its mass. Thus, that is the reason that for a given place, the weight of an object is a measure of, we can consider the weight of an object is a measure of its mass. Okay, the weight of an object is a measure of its mass because at a given place, the value of g is constant. So, W is proportional to m. This due to the reason that at a given place, the weight of an object is a measure of its mass. Listen it, you know, the mass that remains constant anywhere on earth or in other planets, the mass of an object that remains constant. Listen it, but the weight of an object that depends on its location. Okay, the weight of an object is not constant. At a given place it is constant, but it varies from location. So the weight of an object that depends on the location, object's location. Isn't it? The next, we know the equation for weight, that is W is equal to mg. In last class also we have learned that the value of g is the maximum at the poles. The value of g is maximum at the poles and minimum at the equator. That thing we already learned in the last class. The value of g is maximum at the poles and minimum at the equator. Okay, that is actually whenever there is a change of g, that affect weight also. Listen it, since the value of g is maximum at poles, the weight of an object is maximum at the poles. Okay, since g is greater, the weight is also, in that place weight is also high value or greater value. Isn't it? So, the weight of an object is maximum at the poles and minimum at the equator. So, we can say when a boy or a man is traveling from poles to equator, his weight going on decreasing. Isn't it? A man or a boy who is traveling from poles to equator, his weight going on decreasing. Why? And it's the reason here. Since the value of G that varies from poles to equator, the value of G is going on decreasing as he goes from poles to equator. That is why the weight of an object also decreases from poles to equator. Isn't it? Since the value of G is going on decreasing as the man that moves from poles to equator. So, the weight of that boy is also decreases from poles to equator. Isn't it? Here, the weight of an object, we already said the weight of an object that depends on its location. Isn't it? That is about what? Weight. Okay. Let's see the difference between mass and weight. Okay, the difference between mass and weight. The first is, what is mass actually? It is the quantity of matter contained in an object. The quantity of matter contained in an object is called its mass. Then what is weight actually? The force with which that object is attracted towards earth. The force with which the object is attracted towards earth. That is called the weight. And second is, actually mass is a measure of inertia. Mass of an object is a measure of inertia. But weight of an object is a measure of gravity. Okay, weight of an object is a measure of gravity. The next is mass of an object that remains constant everywhere. Mass of an object that remains constant everywhere. But weight is not a constant. It varies from place to place. Weight of an object is not a constant. It varies from place to place. Then the SI unit of mass is kilogram. The SI unit of mass is kilogram. Then the SI unit of weight is Newton. SI unit of weight is actually Newton. Isn't it? That is about the difference between mass and weight. Okay, next we are going to the last topic in this lesson. That is the weight of an object on moon surface. Okay, the weight of an object on the moon surface. Okay, you know what is the weight of an object on earth? That thing we already learned. Actually, it is the force with which the earth attracts the object. Weight of an object on earth is the force with which the earth attracts the object. In the same way, we can say what is the weight of an object on moon? Actually, it is the force with which the moon attracts the object. Okay, the force with which the moon attracts the object. That is the weight of an object on moon. Listen it. Weight of an object on earth means the force with which the earth attracts the object. Similarly, we can say what is the weight of an object on moon? The force with which the moon attracts the object. Listen it. You know, the mass of moon is less than the mass of earth. That you know, the mass of moon is less than the mass of earth. Due to this, the moon exerts lesser force of attraction on objects. Listen it. The mass of moon is actually less than the mass of earth. So, the moon exerts lesser force of attraction on objects. Okay. The mass of moon is less than the mass of earth. Due to this, moon exerts lesser force of attraction on objects. So we can establish a relationship between the weight of an object on moon and the weight of an object on earth. Okay, that means when we place an object on earth, the same object is placed on where moon. So we can establish a relationship between these two. That is, weight of the object on earth and the weight of an object on moon. Isn't it? For that, we are considering an object of mass m. Okay, we are consider an object of mass m. Next, the earth mass, that is taken as me. Mass of earth is taken as me, and the radius of earth is represented as re. Listen it, children, listen carefully. let the object mass be m, small m, that represents the mass of the object. M suffix e, that represents the mass of earth. Then Re, that represents the radius of earth. Listen it. Then we can write the weight of an object on earth. The weight of that object on earth. Actually, it is written on the help of universal gravitational force. That is, by using universal law of gravitation, we can write the force. Okay, you know the gravitational force between the object and the earth by using universal law of gravitation. Actually, that is G m E, that is mass of earth into object mass divided by earth radius square. Okay, that thing we already learned, universal law of gravitation. Okay, F is equal to G mm by d square, where first m represents here the force between earth and the object. So the first mass is mass of earth and the second is object mass, and the distance between earth and the object is equal to the radius of the earth. So it is written as Re square. Listen it. You know, actually this is the force of attraction between that object and the earth. This is the force with which that object is attracted towards earth. So this force is equal to its weight. Listen it. So we can write the weight of an object on earth, WE. Weight of an object, weight of that object in earth, WE is equal to G ME M divided by R square. Similarly, we can write the weight of that object on moon. Weight of that object on moon. Actually, it is represented as WM. Actually, it is the force with which moon attracts the object. Okay, so we can write G instead of here not earth mass. We have to write mass of moon. So M into object mass M, then moon's radius of moon. Instead of radius of earth, we have to write the radius of moon. So M square. Actually, this is the weight of that object on moon. Isn't it? Actually, this is weight of that object on earth. So we got two relations. Okay, weight of the object on earth and the weight of the object on moon. Actually, the same object is, we are assuming that the same object is placed on moon. Okay, you know, so Wm equal to G M divided by Rm square. Listen it here, that represent, don't confuse here, that represent mass of moon. Here the force, gravitational force is between moon and the object. So we have to write mass of moon and mass of object. So M suffix small m, that represent mass of moon into object mass divided by radius of moon, Rm square. Next we have to divide equation 2 by 1. So Wm divided by We. Wm divided by We, that is equal to Gmm m divided by Rm square. Okay, actually divided by this term, otherwise we can take the reciprocal and multiply. Okay, so Re square divided by G Me M. Isn't it? Then we can cancel this G and G, then M and M, and the remaining terms are M Re square divided by Me Rm square. Actually, these are the remaining terms. Here, that represents the mass of moon, Re represents the radius of earth, Me represents the mass of earth, Rm represents the radius of moon. So we can substitute the values. Mass of moon, actually it is 7.4 into 10 power 22. Then radius of earth 6.4 into 10 power 6. Then mass of earth 6 into 10 power 24. Then radius of moon 1.74 into 10 power 6. Okay, actually here I wrote the approximate values. So here R is square, so we have to square this radius. Here also radius square. Okay, and simplifying this, actually we will get the ratio Wm divided by We as 1 by 6. Okay, you can simplify, okay? By simplifying all these things, we got the value of Wm divided by We as 1 by 6. That is Wm divided by We. That represents the weight of an object on moon. The ratio of weight of an object on moon by weight of an object on earth. Okay, this is the weight of object on Mars. This is the weight of object on earth. That ratio is actually equal to 1 by 6. Also we can write Wm, that is equal to 1 by 6 of We. Okay, from this we can write Wm equal to cross multiply We by 6. So we can say, this is actually very important, the weight of an object on moon is actually 1 by 6 of weight of an object on earth. For example, suppose if the weight of the object on earth is actually 18 Newton. Okay, suppose the weight of an object on earth is 80 Newton. So we can find the weight of an object on moon, weight of the same object on moon. Actually it is 1 by 6 of 80. What is 6 actually? Actually it is 3 Newton. Okay, actually it is 3 Newton. So we can say actually it is 1 by 6 of weight of object on earth. Isn't it? The weight of an object on moon is 1 by 6 of weight of an object on earth. Suppose if the weight of an object on earth is 18, on moon its weight is only 3 Newton. Isn't it? The other way we can say weight of an object on earth is 6 times weight of an object on moon. Okay, suppose if the weight of an object on moon is 3 Newton, then what is its weight on earth? 6 into 3, actually it is 80 Newton. Isn't it? So we can say the weight of an object on earth is 6 times greater than its weight on moon. Okay, that is actually the relationship between weight of an object on moon and weight of an object on earth. That is Wm by W is equal to actually 1 by 6. Isn't it? For that we are considering, I'll repeat once again. Here m is the mass of object and the me that represents the mass of earth, re that represents the radius of earth. First we can write the weight of object on earth. Actually it is equal to the gravitational force of attraction between object and the earth. Actually it is written on the basis of universal law of gravitation. So we can write G me m divided by re square. Similarly, we can write the weight of that object on moon. So instead of taking the earth mass, we have to take the moon mass. Also, we have to take the radius of moon. So we can have the relation Wm equal to Gmm m divided by Rm square. Then we can divide equation 2 by equation 1. Okay, so we can write Wm by W is equal to Gmm m divided by Rm square into, divided by, actually this thing will come, but we can take the reciprocal and multiply. Okay, so Re square divided by Gme m. Here G cancels and mm cancels. Then remaining terms are Wm by W is equal to mm Re square divided by me Rm square. Already I told the mm that represent the mass of moon. So 7.4 into 10 power 22. Re represent the radius of earth, that is 6.4 into 10 power 6 the whole square. Here it is radius square. Then mass of earth is 6 into 10 power 24 and radius of moon is 1.74 into 10 power 6 the whole square. And simplifying this, we will get the ratio Wm by W is equal to 1 by 6. That is weight of an object on Mars divided by object on moon divided by weight of that object on earth is equal to 1 by 6. Also we can write Wm is equal to 1 by 6 of We. That is weight of the object on moon is 1 by 6 times the weight of the object on earth. Okay, also we can write We is equal to 6 into W1. That is the weight of an object on earth is equal to 6 times the weight of an object, weight of that object on moon. Okay, that is about the relationship between weight of an object on earth and on the moon surface. Okay children, today's class we have learned about mass and weight. You know what is mass? The quantity of matter contained in an object is called its mass. Then what is weight? The force with which the earth attracts the object is called the weight. You know the equation for weight, W is equal to mg. Isn't it? Also we have learned the difference between mass and weight. Okay. Also we have learned the variation of mass of an object from poles to equator. Okay. Also we have established the relationship between weight of an object on moon and that on earth's surface. Actually it is Wm by W is equal to We is equal to 1 by 6. Okay. Okay children, that is the end of today's class. Also we have finished the lesson. Also problems are there. I think we can do on next class. Thank you children.